Oh, hello there. My name is Narda Salinas and I'm a student at St. Edwards University. I'm a biology major and this summer I got to do research at Wild Basin Wilderness Preserve. So this summer I wondered what the effects of a restoration project would have on a old dump site that is actually found here at Wild Basin. In the 1980s, there was concern that there was a lot of erosion going on in the dump site area and that this would eventually, that a lot of the debris in the dump site area would flow into North Hollow Creek, and North Hollow Creek is part of Bee Creek, and Bee Creek runs throughout all of Wild Basin, meaning that it could have some harmful effects on the rest of the preserve and some of the endangered species here. I knew nothing about plant species here in Texas, or plant species at all in general, so one of the projects in this project was that I had to learn a lot of the native plant species at Wild Basin. Fortunately, the restoration ecologist who actually did the restoration project at the dump site 30 years ago also made this booklet where you learn how to identify the woody plant species here. Okay, so once we knew where everything was, where the border of the dump site was and where the plots for the reference site would be, one of the biggest issues that we had was trying to figure out when we would do the surveys, how we would do the surveys. So what I didn't expect was for the terrain to be so rough and it's very inclined, and there's a lot of brush and you're always scratched by things, you're hit in the face by twigs. So it was a lot of fun trying to figure out what was the most efficient way to get from one site to the next site. So after I had done a lot of historical research on what the actual process of the restoration was, and I had found the boundaries of the dump site, we went in and we would identify all the woody plant species in the area. We would also estimate the percent coverage of each plant species within that 10 by 10 meter plot. So our results showed that at the restored dump site there were 22 woody plant species, while at the reference sites there was 21. There was no one species that completely dominated the restored dump site. We also found at the restored dump site signs of invasive species, which were not found at the reference site. From a lot of the literature that I read, restoration ecology is such a new practice that it is very important to do a lot of follow-up, and not just short-term but long-term, to just see what the effects of restoration ecology are on environments. That's one thing imagery.